record. Good evening, everybody. I want to welcome you to New Moon Manifesting. My name is Janet Groscost, and I should move this into speaker view, into me speaker view. I don't know why it does that. There we go. Anyway, my name is Janet Groscost. I am a metaphysical teacher, and I've been playing with astrology and teaching New Moon Manifesting for over 12 years. I love helping people learn how to manifest more, and this is one of the tools that I have found to be so supportive in understanding our emotions and how to work with those so that we truly can get to a place of co-creation. That means simply we are creating with our higher self. For those of you that are new to our program, I want to welcome all of you. And the way this basically works is about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how chitty chat we get through this whole thing. But basically what I do is I will talk about this specific lunar cycle, what's taking place with it energetically. I'll pull a specific chart so that I can show you how to look at things, because everybody is influenced differently by where this specifically lands in your astrology birth chart. And if you don't know where that is, there is a short tutorial video on New Moon Manifesting website or in the email that I send out, so you can find it either place. And what else? Then we go into, I'll talk a little bit about some other things that are going on as far as other programs that I offer, just to get you excited, because they're free this year. And they're going to make a huge difference for those of you that participate. Then we will open up the lines for questions that you have about anything that I've talked about manifesting, those types of things. And then we will go into a guided imagery meditation and help you feel more anchored and grounded. In fact, we're actually going to start with that to get us into a centered place, just because I find not only does it help me, but it helps you all. Even when I open the circle and I'm sitting in, this space before we even begin, I'm setting the intentions that I'm bringing in unconditional love and the highest vibration that supports each and every single one of us for our healing. So know that this is already taking place in the background before you actually even join us live. So let's just get started. You can either lightly thump just above your chest bone, this is the thymus gland, or you can just take 2 fingers and do it in the third eye, or if you don't feel like tapping, you can just hold space in either one. Well, let's just go ahead and close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths, breathing into the nose and exhale through the mouth. And breathe in deeply all the way down to the belly. And exhale, release. And just hold the tapping, breathing in all the way down to the base of the torso. And exhale, release tension. Let's breathe in love. And exhale, compassion. Breathing in light. And breathing out fear. And while we're in this space, I want you just to envision that we're all standing together in circle. We call in your guides and your ancestors to support you at this time. And just imagine that they are creating a circle around us. And they're holding a space of unconditional love, supporting you, providing you with a sense of peace, a knowingness that you are going to be okay. And just tune into this moment, letting go of the mind, letting go of self-doubt, distractions. Just tune into your heart. Imagine from the bottom of your feet that roots are extending into the earth, connecting you with Mother Earth, especially with this new moon being the archetype of the mother. Mother Earth supports us in physical form and provides us with everything that we need to support our physical being. And take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. Go ahead and open your eyes. Again, I want to welcome you all for being here today. I'm super excited. This is our second Cancer new moon. So if we didn't get it right with the last new moon, we get to do it again. It does have a lot of different energy just because it is happening at 28 degrees of Cancer. And as such, it's going to have a different influence. In fact, it could be in a completely different house for you. All the more reason to look at your birth chart. So let me share my screen with y'all and get our presentation up. And present. And there we go. So as I mentioned, this is the energy of the mother. This is about being nurturing. And I'm calling this new moon awakening because it really is about us awakening to what our needs are and especially what our emotional needs are and what helps us have emotional security. It's not something outside of us. This is something that's taking place within. So the more we can be attuned with what that is with this new moon, the easier it's going to be for us to actually achieve that. So this new moon is taking place tomorrow at 1:32 p.m. Eastern time. So adjust accordingly from where you're at. I'm in California, so it's going to be at 10:32 a.m. my time. This energy, because it is a water sign, water is all about our emotions. And this is the first of the water signs in the astrological new year. This energy is going to be all about softening yourself, softening your edges, being less reactive, learning to be in flow, letting go of resistance, tuning into your intuition and your inner guidance. This one is related to, as I mentioned, the mother. So it's about family. It's about what your home base is. Maybe this is a time where you are rearranging the furniture and getting that energy inflow so that you truly do receive more. As I mentioned, it's very intuitive. It's very empathic, meaning that you are tuning into what other people feel. And it's important to realize the difference between empathy and compassion. Empathy is where we actually drop our energy down to feel what that other person is feeling. Compassion is where we have an understanding of what that feels like, but we don't reduce our vibration to their frequency. We hold that space of compassion, of knowingness without judgment of what they're going through and allowing them to experience what they're going through without dropping ourselves energetically down to their level. This new moon, we've got the sun and the moon at 28 degrees, and it is very nurturing. This is a reminder of how do you care for yourself and that self-care without first putting our own oxygen mask on. It's virtually impossible for us to fully be of service to other people. So we want to make sure that our cup is full. We're doing the things that support us. In fact, with this new moon, I recommend you do not set any intentions. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. We've got some opposition taking place that is really kind of creating some restructuring. And as such, we want to make sure that we're in the right frame of mind. So on Tuesday, the sun will actually be moving into Leo, and this would be a better time to set your intentions. Even though we're actually in Leo, Leo's going to have a lot of it's the fire sign. It's going to have a lot of energy of creativity. But the next couple of days, in fact, if you need me to write you a hall pass, I will. I want you to nurture yourself. I want you to take time out in your day, even if it's just for 2 or 3 minutes to go somewhere and breathe. Literally put yourself in timeout so that you're nurturing yourself. And anytime you feel yourself in that breaking point or the nerve centers are getting overly worked or you're reacting, this is a time for you to take a step back, breathe through what's taking place, have a tea break, go for a walk, do something that helps you clear your head so that you truly feel more aligned with your physical body and your intuitive body. And this will support you in so many ways. So with this new moon, wait for a couple of days, maybe you even journal. for the next couple of days about what you've achieved over since this last new moon, and see places where you want to grow or how you've already grown. Look at places that bring you joy in your life. Tune into what makes you feel emotionally secure so that you really can move forward, because there's a lot of restructuring that's taking place. And we're going to look at that. So this is a snapshot of somebody's birth chart. We have the sun and the moon here together. The sun and the moon with the new moon come together. They give each other a hug and a kiss. This is the divine masculine and feminine. And then they move on their merry way. The moon moves much faster than the sun. So it's going to move move really quickly. I think as of late tomorrow, it's going to be moving into Leo. So one of the things that I want you to realize, I put this big solid red line here because the sun and moon are opposing Saturn. Saturn is about structure. It's restructuring our lives in so many ways. So if you're feeling this opposition, in fact, if you felt this for the past week, it's because the sun was opposite of Jupiter, Pluto, and now Saturn. So we've been having this tension going on for the last week, and I know it's putting people on edge. This is going to break up. As of Wednesday, the sun is going to be moving into Leo. So just recognize that this is kind of the last Cancer Capricorn energy. Capricorn is all about restructuring. It's about responsibility. It's about your career and your legacy and all these types of things. So all of this is getting reworked, and it's causing us, because it's an opposition, it's causing us to look at, how do I take care of myself when there's all this chaos and restructuring taking place? And when you can answer that question, and when you can tune into what makes me feel like home base, because your home base is your sanctuary. So when you need that place of sanctuary, sometimes you can't always get to home base when you need it. But if you can do something that involves whatever your spiritual practice is, maybe it's doing some deep breathing for 2 to 3 minutes. You can see how simple our breathing exercise at the beginning of this webinar was, because it helps you feel more grounded and anchored. Maybe in the middle of the day, you take a bath with some Epsom salts and essential oils to help you feel more grounded and anchored. Do something throughout your day to break it up when there is this intense energy, and make sure that you are tuning in to what brings you joy. Simple things like this will help you in managing your energy and moving beyond some of the chaos that we are experiencing as things are breaking down. Keep in mind that these 3 planets over here, they're going to be hanging out here. They're all retrograde right now, so it's even a more slowing of everything. But as of the end of the year, we will have Saturn and Jupiter moving into Aquarius, and Pluto will be hanging out in Capricorn for a little bit longer. But there's going to be a breakup. So this really started at the first of the year, when Pluto and Saturn kind of hung out together the first week in January. So we're kind of getting a repeat and kind of a reset of what's taking place with this. We've been through a lot this year. There's been a lot of emotions flying around, looking at life differently, how we're acting and interacting with other people. All of this has changed. And it's an opportunity for us to tune in and say, okay, well, how have I changed? And what parts of me do I want to take in moving forward? Because as we do, you're going to be in a stronger position to overcome any obstacles that are thrown at you. I think that's all on here. I wasn't really reading. Neptune is the other planet that is retrograde over here. Just so you know, for this person, this is taking place in their 7th house, and that relates to relationships, partnerships, equanimity, equality, those types of things. So for this person, in fact, I'll open up the next slide. These are the various houses, and the 12 houses, and where it could be falling in. So for this particular person, nurturing themselves and their partnership to create healthy relationships. So when you do find your specific birth chart, you can come back here and check out where this is falling in for you. For those of you who love essential oils like me, some of my favorites for the new moon, myrrh is an absolute essential. Myrrh is the oil of Mother Earth. It is so nurturing, compassionate. It helps you with connecting with Mother Earth, connecting and releasing any mother wounds, any issues that you have with the female dynamic and those types of things. Rose is another one of my favorite essential oils because it brings in the brings in the energy of unconditional love. The beautiful thing about using essential oils is they are a simple way to change your vibration. You can apply them almost anywhere. In fact, I've got one almost within my grasp at any moment. And something as simple as just adding a drop to your hand and breathing it in. And it's amazing how quickly they get into your body and start changing your brain chemistry and your body chemistry. And if you're going to join us for Money Mastery, which I will talk about more, we will talk specifically about how emotions and your thoughts affect the chemistry of your body and the physics of your body. So there's a lot that's taking place when you use a little bottle of essential oils. One of my other favorite ones for this time that's very nurturing is Ylang Ylang. When we have gone through difficult situations, Ylang Ylang brings that buoyancy back to your heart. It helps you feel that you have options, that things are going to get better. And it doesn't matter what we've gone through, we are always given the opportunity to heal and grow and evolve. So just recognize that you're not stuck in victimization forever, that there are ways to get out. If you're interested in learning more about essential oils, you can join my Good Vibe Oil Tribe. You'll get monthly or weekly newsletters with just simple ideas on how to reduce the toxic load in your home and open yourself for more wellness and overall health care. Oh, and another great thing this week is we've got Bogos with Doterra. So Bogos are basically a great way of getting a lot of essential oils because you buy one oil and you get at least one essential oil free. So if you are on my list and received an email today about it, please recognize that these are starting tomorrow. It'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the following week. If you do want more information, please reach out to me at janet@goodvibeoiltribe.com. and we can get you on one of my lists. And then one other event I wanted to mention that's coming up this week is I'm doing an essential oil class. This is an intro to essential oils. This is on Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. If you contact me tonight, I will get you out samples so that you can join our class. And to qualify for that, you cannot already have a Doterra account, that you are willing to join our class on Thursday, and that you are not working with another Doterra wellness advocate. So contact me either at the email that I sent this from, the contact info, or at Janet at Good Vibe Oil Tribe. And we will be having a lot of fun talking about oils, and we'll have some prizes that we'll be giving away. But if you contact me tonight or first thing tomorrow morning, I will get samples out tomorrow, and you should have them in time for class. All right, one other thing I want to mention, your DNA and your ability to manifest whatever it is that you want, not just money, has a huge impact on you because your ancestors have had thoughts, feelings, and emotions and left unresolved. Their DNA is a part of your DNA, and until we heal those emotional wounds, then the patterns continue. So I am offering my Money Mastery course. This is normally a $485 course. It's 9 weeks long. It's live events Tuesday and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Normally $485. This year, I'm offering it for free. Yes, I was seriously asking the universe about this program because I wasn't going to offer it this year, but with everything that's taking place with COVID and other things, it's time for humanity to heal. And if you are the type of person that wants to heal various elements about your life so that you are manifesting more, then this is going to be an amazing course for you. It's starting on August 8th of 2020, and we're going to run for 9 weeks. You can go to goodvibemoney.com/moneymastery, or there's a link in the email if you didn't get a chance to see that. And there are a couple of options. If you want to pay for it, the COVID price is $197, and it's going to get you additional classes. You can also make a donation and get some other free goodies. And then the last option is the free option. And it's actually more robust than the program that I've taught in the past, because I'm adding some specialty classes to support us. So not only this is about money mastery, but this is about self-mastery. So in addition to being a metaphysical teacher and healer, I'm also a former tax accountant and business analyst, business consultant. So I have a lot of background about money and how to make more of it. And I use money as a tool because so many people have issues and emotions wrapped up around it. So if I can help them start to see how to break those patterns up, whether it's their personal experiences or their family dynamics related to money or success or manifesting in general, if I can help you to see what that is, then as such, you'll be able to break out of those patterns and start creating something new. So this is all about supporting humanity and helping them heal. So this is why this program is being offered this year for free. So really, you have no excuse not to join us. It's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. All right, and just to give you a little overview. So think of the front of the bicycle. You're riding your bike. The front wheel is turned by your handlebars, right? That's giving you the direction. So your goals are your direction in life. It's your mission, it's your purpose, it's where you're moving towards. If you think about the back wheel, this is where the gears are. What's driving you? It's your emotions, it's your behavior patterns, it's your family programming, it's your perceptions, it's your beliefs. All of these elements can literally feel like you're riding uphill in a really high gear, right? Like you're dragging that boulder up the hill. So I want to help you unwind all of those tightly held beliefs. And as you do that, you actually allow more light to emerge from within your DNA. So you feel more peaceful and calm, grounded. You're able to anchor more light, and as such, you attract more of the good stuff that you want to you, which is exactly what I want for all of you. So I want to open up the lines for questions. Let me get back out of this. You can either raise your hand. Okay. You can either virtually raise your hand or you can unmute yourself. There's everybody. Hi. All right, love bugs. Questions, comments, what's going on?
Can I say something really quick? It's not a question. I'm so excited about the 9-week. I'm like, thank you for giving that much. Like, and I love the imagery, that little bike. Oh my God, it's so fabulous. I love it.
So I live on a really steep hill. Like think of San Francisco hills type steep. So to go from the base where the beach is up to my house, like I used to bike it all the time. And I seriously thought my heart was going to jump out of my chest. But imagine you biking uphill in a low gear, right? I mean, in a high gear when you're, that's how life feels sometimes, right? Like you're like biking uphill and you're like, why is everything so hard? And you're drudging through the mud, and it's time for us to stop that. And one of the reasons that I wanted to offer this course this year is we're breaking free of the greed scarcity model. And we've been in this model for thousands of years. This is not something that's new. But I saw this as an opportunity. Not only is Taurus in, or Uranus is in Taurus, and I've, for the last couple of years, I've been playing with, but what if all of us were playing with that too, right? Because the power of the group is going to be so more magnetized of everything that we do. So if we've got this group of people that are just like amplifying this energy, imagine what's going to happen. So not only do I want y'all to join, but I want you to invite at least 5 of your friends, because the 5 people that you are closest to influence your life completely. So if you looked at the average of their income of your 5 closest people, I'll almost guarantee that your income will be that average too. So if you're not getting the results you want, then you need new peeps to hang out with. So come hang out with us and invite your peeps to join us, right? So that everybody is raising their vibe.
Perfect.
And you probably need to invite 10 because 5 of them are going to say no, right? They'll just be like, oh, what's that? Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, everybody needs help at the beginning. So we're at the beginning. This would definitely, help everybody. I signed up already.
Yay. I'm so glad you did, Susan. Thank you. Awesome.
Yay.
All right. Other questions, comments? I went through stuff fast. Come on.
Well, can I ask something else about the chart? So I'm not exactly sure. I think I do have Cancer in my chart. I just don't remember where it is. So that little other slide that you showed, all I have to do is find out where it is in my chart, and then that will apply.
So when you look at where it's falling in your chart, then the little numbers in the center are the house that it's affecting.
Okay.
And then you could, you can do a quick Google search for, Cancer in 4th house or 4th house in Cancer, something like that. And there'll be a bunch of websites that pop up and you can just read about what house it falls in.
Cool.
Oh, so that was my question in the chat. So what house it's in never changes. It's always the same house. Doesn't matter what date it is.
That's true. So it's always, Cancer is always going to be in the same house. The astrology wheel doesn't change. What changes where the planets go. So those are always going to be the same.
Okay, so mine is in the 8th.
Okay,
got it.
So that's all about transformation. That's about, shared resources, those types of things.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Questions, comments? All right, well, we'll go into meditation. And then if you do have questions, we'll open up the lines one more time.
Quick question. I was just going to ask you because I have my frankincense and my myrrh.
That's going to be a great combination right now because frankincense is the Divine Father and myrrh, the Divine Mother. And frankincense, to me, is a Capricorn essential oil, right? Because it's all about that authority. It's about how we present ourselves in the outer world. And then that myrrh is that inner world and how, we need to be attuned to that and what brings us that peace and balance and all of those things. So yeah, it's a great combination. Applying those directly over your heart and the bottom of your feet would be really powerful.
I was just about to ask you, what's the best way other than internally? What do you think another good way to take them in? And do you recommend diffusing them also, like in the air?
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be good ones to diffuse.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
I have a question.
Sure.
I have a gentleman friend who is a new friend. I don't know much about his chart, but when he went, he's a Cancer. And when we went into Cancer and Mercury went retrograde, so did this man. like 100%. And it just after a couple of months of communication and whatever and so forth and so on, just absolutely disappeared. It was very strange. So what would a Cancer be going through right now?
It really depends, but if you think about the symbol of Cancer is the crab.
Yeah.
So what it feels like is he like literally retreated, like he didn't know how to deal with it. So you've got two issues. First of all, a man that's a Cancer, right? So they can sidestep issues, they can avoid, they don't want to deal with their emotions. But then that's a characteristic of a lot of men too, right?
Right.
Like I don't want to be emotional, I don't want to talk about this. So until we're out of this Cancer energy and he feels some relief, it wouldn't be surprised, that that you don't hear from him until maybe
I
next week or so.
and
if
I'm
ever.
so and I'm an Aries with the Scorpio rising. So it's kind of
Well,
like,
you're
how does
intense anyway, right? And it's
right?
for him, he's like, whoa, what?
How does this fit? But he doesn't realize how intense he is from just his study and his knowledge and whatever. He's very deep, so he doesn't really give himself credit for that. And I see that. That's what I appreciate in him. Do we have a chance? I have no idea. But it was the strangest thing. Seriously, we called each other.
Yeah.
What are you making for dinner? We'd send pictures. We'd have conversations about politics, whatever, long hours, and then
Ghosted.
so
Yeah.
so Mercury and this I figured could not help him. So anyway, but nice to be part of everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thanks for bringing that up, because everybody does, is impacted by it differently. And if it's something that is scary to us, then sometimes it is easier to take that step back or run, around the block so that we don't have to deal with it. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back. So just have faith.
Yep, that's it. I
Okay.
mean, I'm not running after him, and it's everything is the way it is. We're in a a la minute world right now, meaning living minute by minute.
Absolutely. So
A la minute.
all we can do.
Jan,
you have a
I'm in the
question?
7th house. I'm in the 7th house. Yeah, can you tell me what that is?
So yeah, it's going to be related to relationships, creating equality, equanimity, balance,
Okay.
right? Like seeing both sides of the situation, making sure that you're honoring giving and receiving. So you're not giving too much in the relationship, because that could be, especially being Cancer, that's the mother, that's the nurturer. And so you could be overly nurturing to people and create codependence when you have to set boundaries and create independence and co-creation.
Okay. Boundaries, my favorite.
I know, I love it. Anyone else? Questions, comments? All right, I'm going to mute everybody and we will go. There we go. And we'll go into a meditation. I don't need to chat, but we do with this. All right, so if you feel comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. You can do this either sitting up or lying down. Let's begin with some breathing in through the nose. And exhale, release. Breathe in deeply all the way down to the belly. And as you exhale, release any tension that you're holding in your neck, your shoulders. Maybe just move them from side to side, loosening things up. Just allowing your body to let go of anything that it's holding on to. Continue to breathe deeply and rhythmically, settling into your body. Using your breath, breathing out any tension you're holding in your chest. Allowing worry, fear, and doubt to dissipate. Breathing out any tension you're holding in your mid-back. Just trace the breath as it goes into the body and out of the body. Imagining that the breath is loosening up your spine. The spine supports carrying your physical body and your emotional body. And just imagine that All of those vertebrae are softening, releasing tension, stress. Breathing down through the belly, softening the belly, softening your organs. We often hold a lot of tension in our mid-body. Just use the breath and breathe into this moment, allowing the hips and pelvis to be relaxed, soft. Your arms are heavy and relaxed. And bring your awareness back to your heart. Imagine that you're breathing through your heart. Breathing in love. And breathe out compassion. And remember that your ancestors and loved ones, guides are encircling you at this time, providing a safe space for you to just let go. Just like falling back into a trust exercise, you're being held in a space of unconditional love. And just for a moment, feel into that love. Maybe use your imagination and just believe that they're projecting unconditional love to you now. And imagine that you're walking in the woods. It's a peaceful, calm day, the perfect temperature. The breeze is lightly blowing through the trees. You feel peaceful and calm, lost in your own thoughts. And as you meander along, you hear a beautiful waterfall. And you're captivated by the sound, so you decide to walk towards it. And as the trees open up, you see this beautiful sapphire blue body of water. It's so inviting. The water is crystal clear. And you take off your shoes and just decide to stand in the water for a moment. And you realize the water is the perfect temperature. There's a bubbling spring that's coming up, that's warming the water. It's so inviting, you decide to get in. And as soon as you get into the water, you feel a sense of peace. This water is literally magnetic. It's encircling you with unconditional love. It's allowing you to rinse away anything that no longer serves you. Any unresolved emotions you've been holding on to. Any fears, self-doubt. That as you play around in the water, you feel these literally being released from you. You feel enlightened, lighthearted. This water is rejuvenating. And as you release everything, it's literally like sediment. It's falling to the bottom of the pool, no longer attaching to you, opening you up to be love. As you're splashing or swimming around in the water, just imagine that the sunlight is streaming down on you. It's projecting unconditional love, replacing everything that you've released, helping clear away any unforgiveness, any anger you have towards yourself or others. Literally purifying you from the inside out. And take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. And you feel this sense of calmness. You're open to receive messages from your higher self. Guidance or direction you've been asking for, insight. Opening up your intuition. Expanding your ability for compassion, and take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. And as you're hanging out in the water, just allow yourself to be in this moment. Tuning into your heart. Maybe you feel yourself breathing through your heart. Or perhaps just noticing your heart beating. Be in this moment now. Be present with what you feel. If you feel you need more work in releasing, just allow the energy of the water to draw it from you. And as you release, replace it. If you don't have something specific you want to replace it with unconditional love. That beaming golden sunlight pouring over your body, energizing, stimulating. And imagine that you're getting out of the water. Recognize that you can come back here anytime. Just simply use your imagination. And as you get out of this magic water, it literally dries instantly. And imagine someone is walking towards you. one of your guides, perhaps an ancestor, and they have a beautiful gift for you. Maybe you can see what this gift is. Maybe it's something that's still wrapped. Something that is being anchored within you and will be opened at the perfect time. Recognizing going through this activity that your intuition, your senses are going to be very heightened and open for the next couple of days. So even if you don't know what the gift is, or if there's a specific message, you may have insight as things open up. And just imagine yourself walking back on the path. Notice how your countenance have changed. How do you feel in this moment? This is just the beginning of you nurturing yourself over the next couple of days. Be very open to the moments and seize every moment to take care of yourself, soothing your nervous system, calming yourself down. And imagine yourself walking back up the path, bringing your energy into your heart, focusing on the breath in your heart. Breathing in through your heart and exhale. Express gratitude for yourself for taking this opportunity to join us today. Express gratitude to your higher self, your guides, your ancestors for supporting you at this time. And as you come out of this activity, if you have any specific messages, impressions, any emotions that were coming up, smart to write them down right away because they will flee rather quickly. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing yourself back into your physical body. I know it's no fun, but we got to do it. And when you feel your processing is complete, go ahead and open your eyes. Anything interesting come up during meditation? Alicia, you have a big grin on your face. I'm unmuting you. Oh, you have to do it yourself.
Hi.
There you go.
I had to, right at the beginning, I had to jump up and leave because there was a hawk right outside my door that was screeching and possibly caught. And anyway, I was dealing with a hawk. So then I came back in and did not expect my computer because I flipped it down as I ran out. And anyway, didn't expect the group to still be in meditation or to me still be connected rather. And I flipped it up and there you all still were in meditation. So I closed my eyes and I thought, well, I'll just sit quietly, and boom, I was right in, like just immediately into meditation and receiving a box from somebody. And I'm like, what is this? What? So yeah, just interesting. Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Any specific energy medicine of the hawk that's symbolic to you?
No, not necessarily. I live in the home that I'm in is very wooded area, and so every day is just a brilliant display of wildlife and nature, no matter where I'm sitting in my home. So it's just I'm a little bit of a caretaker, I feel, for some of the animals, and this particular hawk has been in my yard for the last week. So I don't know if it's symbolic. I've just been talking to her a bit.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah, I would definitely look up the energy of the hawk. If the fact that
It's
we're going into meditation and that's popping up.
It's definitely symbolic, like an animal totem. If you look it up yourself, you said it, and I've heard of other things too, but it has something to do with, it says it shows up when you need guidance from the universe and support from something beyond yourself. And it represents focus, strength, poise, and can show you your hidden abilities of how to lead yourself and others to a more positive outcome.
Well, thank you. And that really makes a lot of sense. We're in a bit of an upheaval here. And so when I joined in on the call last, was it the full moon? I guess it was. When I joined in there, things were very chaotic and breaking apart. And so much so that I even went to my doctor and said, hey, I might need some emergency anxiety medication, because I had to be squatted once. It was so bad. So he did. But since that call and things that we discussed and things that transpired at the full moon call, I haven't touched any of those meds. I'm unusually calm and I'm taking care of myself. Like I'm wondering if a screw broke loose, because I should be running around and screaming and freaking out. That's what makes sense to me to do right now, but I'm really calm and I just and surrendered. I think that's the word that I want to say, for whatever reason, because I'm usually not a person that is surrendered to what is going on. I fight. And so for whatever reason, I'm just surrendered and sort of bobbing on this ocean, just going with the flow.
Wow, that's really huge. And thank you for bringing that up, because it is easy. We do resist change. We will fight for our limitations, even though we want something different, right? And so the fact that you're responding differently is so huge, and it's symbolic and indicative of the work that you're doing and how you've evolved and grown. So you should be patting yourself on the back and celebrating that, even just looking at it and go, wow, in the past I would have reacted like this, and now I'm acting like this. Because you think, what's wrong with me? When are things going to explode or something? And the fact that you're not, that's a huge transformation. So you should really celebrate that.
And reaching for tools, like that being my go-to thing, because I have a lot of tools and it's very easy for me to reach for them for other people. But for myself, I tend to just throw my arms and my hands in the air and say, oh, all is lost. And, and drama and whatever else, just maybe not drama isn't the right word, but just intensity and things. And it's just not right now. Yeah.
Yeah, we can get addicted to drama too, right? Like we can get addicted to drama, and it's very dangerous for our nervous system to be in that place. So, applaud where you're at, what you're going through, and just honor that, because that's going to support you in taking the next step and realize that you are worthy and deserving, because when you are using those tools, then you've already shifted gears with that. So that's huge.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you. Anything else interesting happen? I love it. Everyone's like, I don't dare share, because after that, I can't top it.
Exactly. Like, who can top that?
This isn't about a topping thing. It's just about whatever. If you had a specific message or impressions, please share.
I just felt very peaceful and happy to find a group of women that I can become part of. and that's like-minded, like-hearted, and let's have fun while we're, you know, learning. So that is very, very wonderful for me. You know, this just kind of showed up, but as we know, everything, you know, shows up when it's supposed to. It's very apropos.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I feel part of everybody already.
We're so
for
glad you're
sure.
here, Susan. Thanks for joining
Thank
us.
you. Thank you. Thank you. And to everybody else. It'll be fun. I don't know who's doing the abundance thing, but what a perfect time. I mean, if people don't realize that we're at the big reset, seriously, of our lives, and this has really never happened before on a level like this. And if people sit in their shit, that's where they're going to be for the rest of their lives. And if we don't take a step forward and be in the present, but look forward to what opportunities and to take care of our soul. Somebody, you were saying that you don't care of yourself. Well, how could you do that? You know, if you take care of somebody well, why don't you take care of yourself well? You're number one. And if you don't take care of yourself well, nobody else is going to take care of you like that. So when you put yourself first, that's such an appreciation. You're taking care of yourself. You're taking care of God. You're taking care of love. You have so much that you could put out there after, you know, and for us to keep on sitting in it is just ridiculous. I don't have patience for people who just keep on sitting in it.
Touche. And we'll still be the early adopters, right? Like the women that I've had in this program in the past were like super early adopters. So now I'm looking forward to this group and just expanding things in so many amazing ways and doing things a little bit differently with it. But yeah, it is the reset. It is the time for us to really step into who we are. And that's why I'm so passionate about getting so many people involved in it this year, especially with it being free, because it's a part of a movement. You know, it's how can I raise the vibe of the people and the planet? And I've got the tools to do it. I've got all of the know-how.
Mm-hmm.
It's just getting the people, getting me in front of the people and the people to do the work. Because even a lot of people that will join us will not do the work, but that's okay. We're going to have fun in this process. I actually added a graduation ceremony on Saturday the 10th. So we start on a master date of 8/8/2020 and we end on 10/10 of 2020.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because I wanted to bring in all the master numbers. I wanted to have an actual graduation ceremony where, you know, the people that are doing the work, you guys are going to be applauded for your efforts. And it's just going to create, you know, it's going to create some great bonds with all of us and connections. And, you know, it's shifting the vibe of everything else that's out there. So the more we can do ourselves and in group, the better off we're all going to be.
Absolutely. I had just one thing. I had a very old friend send me a text a couple of weeks ago, and I've had to break up with this person more than once in the 35 years that I know them. Just an energy sucker, and somebody will tell you, well, while I'm going through this, you realize I can't pay any attention to you. She tells you, and that can go on for years. So I hadn't spoken to her for a while, and I get a text saying, well, I'd really like to be in communication and so forth and so on. And normally I would respond to a text pretty quickly, but I didn't respond. I still haven't. The bottom line of it is this: I don't want anybody sucking my energy. I don't want anybody coming in that it's always negative, that it's always an issue, that it's always a problem. If you don't realize at this point in your life that it's going to be with you until you die, if you don't stop it now, you know? So it's so interesting because I will write to her, but I have to be honest with her because,
absolutely,
you know,
like,
if I can't
doing it on her terms and not, right? Like a friendship is on everybody's terms, not yours or mine, right?
Exactly. And she put, and it basically in that text, there were terms in the text. You know,
Susan,
so yes.
I just wanted to chime in for a second. sometimes, you know, the universe sends you situations like that for a reason. It's not for her benefit, but for yours. So
Absolutely.
there could be a lesson in there that for her to keep coming back, you know, the universe is trying to tell you something.
Well,
And maybe
yeah,
you
this
might
time she's
look
not
at.
coming back into my life. You
I
know,
understand what you're saying, but that's just going to bring somebody else back if you haven't resolved what it is that she.
no, I'll share with her. I'll share with her. Just what I shared with you ladies. You know, that our entire relationship, she told me she couldn't be present for me. She was honest with me. So now, after all of those years, I have to share that back and just say, you always shared you couldn't be present with me. Why do I think that's going to change? Period. Period. You know, so I really think that that's why it was presented, for me to not say, oh, I feel bad for you, you're partially disabled, you don't have any friends, blah blah blah. I had too many people sucking on me that were in that situation already, and I just said to Spirit, you go take care of these people, because I can't keep on doing the running, and you know, and it's part of it. So yeah. I told an old lady that I take care of that is 80 years old. I had 5 root canals one day. I came home and I was supposed to give her 2 receipts for something that I got for her. Well, she freaked out that she didn't get the receipts and calling me, banging on my door, screaming at me, 5 root canals. And I go in, I slip the receipts onto her door, and then she's calling me, telling me they're not right, and I made a mistake, and I'm an idiot, and whatever. So I go in to just see, because this is me, my natural is to take care of people. I go in, I look at them, I said, Joy, they're fine, and if you don't, I'll follow up on these. I'll call Dwayne Reed tomorrow. Well, she starts yelling and screaming at me, I'm horrible. And I told this old lady, fuck you. And I couldn't believe I said it, but I'm there for her all the
Right, like a little temper tantrum. You need that shock for the kids.
I was like, bam, I'm sorry. I said, can you look at me? I told you I had 5 root canals. My whole mouth is,
God, your head is.
let me lie down. Exactly. So can you imagine? So it's been actually, I don't know what that means for an Aries. I don't know where my Cancer is, but boy, oh boy, this has been, I had somebody yell at me because they touched my umbrella in Penn Station from my beach cart. And he yelled at me, I wish he would die. I had somebody on a bus. So people's energies are like this. And if we don't keep like this and keep calm within ourselves, the meditation, whatever, then my friend stuck her middle finger out and I said, no, turn around and walk. Just don't bring that energy in. So it's a very interesting time. It really is. People are not themselves, or they're a part of themselves that they're just letting loose with.
It's a part of themselves that has been suppressed. And I'm noticing that there's a lot of suppressed anger that's coming to the surface, and they don't know how to deal with it. And, you know, as such, we can be the brunt of whoever's energetic explosion. So we just need to, like you said, have the tools in place that we, you know, set our boundaries, speak our truth, and we let it go, because it's just the beginning of what's taking place with people, and it's going to be going on for a while. So the stronger we are within ourselves, the easier it's going to be for us to manage it.
Well, that day felt like a test for me, because right after that on the bus, I live in New York City, on the bus with a little beach cart and whatever, this man starts yelling and screaming at me that, what do I think? I have a nerve to take up this space. And screaming what an idiot I was. And this was like, all right, Susan, you were just attacked about 10 minutes ago. Now here you are again. And a mask helps, though. I have to tell you, having your mouth, it's not, sometimes you can control your eyes, but it's hard to control your mouth.
It's true.
Think about it.
Yeah,
and I was able to like give them messages with my eyes, but it's like, we got to really all take care of each other. But there are people out there that, like you say, suppress big time.
So true.
And one thing I'd like to piggyback, like what Sharon was saying, is a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, all the time, things are energetic. So if we are only able to govern ourselves, right? And we're magnets, just like crystals, you know, powerful crystals. So to the positive or to the negative, we are either doing something or not doing something to attract those people, energies, environments, situations to ourselves. And then when we are able to see it, then we can say, oh, let me fine tune this. And then like magic, it will dissipate, or like magic, it'll come into your life and manifest. So, you know, like yeah, that's pretty uncanny. And you know what, most of my really colorful experiences have happened in New York with other people. So New York's like a hub of energy, what is it called? Ungoverned energy, if you will. Like,
it's and now it is like the wild west, and
yeah,
I am
like
very,
you gotta wear your crystals in your bra. You have to put your oils
I
on.
hold on to my Ganesh big time. Yes,
Yeah, you gotta
exactly.
have your japa mala beads saying you're praying. Like New York is, it's
Yeah.
very.
And I was born and bred here, and now with this, it feels like a war zone after the war, unfortunately.
It
But
is. It is.
you know, well, this whole country is, unfortunately. But yeah, it just
New York
very strange. And I'm a nurturing, loving, always trying to help people out. So for me to get that energy, my friend that was walking with me would draw that in all the time. Maybe because I was walking with her, I don't know.
Possibly.
But
Yeah.
you know, because she draws that in. I do not generally draw that in. So, but I just think that everybody right now, their butts are itching really bad.
She needs the wood and resin oils. Those are protective oils, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The woods, like all of the woods and all of the resins, and then
Clove
even
oil. Clove would be another one, because that's another one that helps you in setting boundaries, those energetic boundaries.
yep.
Yeah.
And then there's another one, a stone that would be really good for you. I think it's hematite. I think it's
Well, it's that
hematite.
magnetic. Hematite's magnetic.
Okay, so yeah, I have to look in my sorcery book. But yeah, there's a lot of little things that you can do to help counteract to keep everybody else's stuff at bay, and then to contain and retain your own stuff.
Exactly. It was an interesting couple of days. It really was. And then I just came home and just spent the time alone and quiet and mostly meditating.
Which is the
So,
best thing.
yeah. And really, that's how I've spent most of this week. You know, did whatever I had to do as far as my responsibilities. And it was like, you know what? Give yourself time. Like the next 2 days. It feels like we should give ourselves that time.
Oh, you
It really
have to.
does.
Yeah, the next 2 days are going to be intense, like that energy, because
So we just got to get to Wednesday.
we got to get to Wednesday.
Okay.
I know.
I can deal with that. We got to get to
Don't
Wednesday.
overdo anything. Realize that everything is temporary. If things are blowing up around you, just recognize that when the sun moves into Leo, that we're going to have this break in this intense energy that we've had for the past 10 days. And then we'll feel like you can take a breath, right? Because that lion energy gets us into our heart center, creativity, all of those types of things. So we'll finally have a break. I mean, we've been in the cycle between the eclipses with the Capricorn Cancer energy for the past year and a half, and you know, just a lot that's taking place in restructuring not only us personally but the world around us, and recognizing that, you know, we have to stay attuned to our tools so that when we do have people blow up, that you go into your sanctuary place, that you recognize that when I get home, I just need to, you know, literally and figuratively wash away everybody's energy. And I do it every night, where I'm asking Archangel Michael to push everybody's energy at least 100 yards away from me, because I can't manage going to sleep with all of that energy bombarding me. So the more you protect yourself and allow yourself to be nurtured and, you know, in your sanctuary, the better off you're going to be in balancing all of that energy. So good discussions, good, good tools, good realizations, just to help you recognize that, yeah, we're in this for the long haul. So the more we practice, the better we get. Any final questions or comments before we wrap up tonight?
One last thing real quick. I just want to say thank you. You always have a way, I don't know what your technique is, Jana. You always have a way to I'm able to drop into the meditative state with your when you walk us through so quickly. And I've been practicing breath work and meditation for a while, and I've gone to a lot of other people's guided meditations, and I'm just it's incredible. I'm able to just drop right in, just a few words into it, see the visual,
Right.
I feel my body just release and shift into parasympathetic, and it's just incredible. So I wanted to thank you for that. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate hearing that. Yeah, I actually bounce in and out of a theta state when we go into meditation, just because my healing background is in working in that theta state to heal the DNA. So I jump into it, and as such, I can create a vortex and just pull everybody into it. So, I mean, imagine we're over, the phone, right, or the computer, basically. But imagine being in person, how quickly.
I can only imagine.
Oh my, how powerful.
Workshop, I am there.
Yeah, the Wellness Center, we should be opening about a year from now. So we will have a Wellness Center in California, most likely a year from now.
Wonderful. Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yes.
Hi, it's Patricia. I realized that I thought I was hopping on to the New Moon call, but I'm an hour late. So I just wanted to say hi, and it's been a pleasure to eavesdrop on this conversation because it was very helpful for me.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you got in. I was trying to do things a little bit earlier because I have a lot of people on the East Coast. In fact, most of my people are on the East Coast. And so I was playing with earlier times because I have a lot of people say that, 9 o'clock is way too late by the time we wrap up and everything. And I get it, right? At 9 o'clock, I don't know that I'd want to be on a call. So I've been playing with earlier times, and I know I've done the 6 p.m., 9 p.m. thing for years. So,
yeah, that's why I didn't even look at the time. I was like, oh, okay, it's always 9 o'clock.
yeah, so sorry about that. It's
That's okay.
I'm just
my fault. I didn't look.
trying to get more people. I mean, I know a lot of people listen to the recording, but I love having people here live so that if they have questions and stuff comes up that we can interact. So I plan on keeping this time just for future reference because we'd love to have you on a call. It's been forever, and your picture is adorable. I love it.
Yeah, I'm already in my pajamas and stuff, so I was like, all right, well, I can put my nice polished picture and be present in that way.
Love it. Beautiful.
Good to connect with you.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much.
I want to thank you so much for being here tonight. I want you to nurture yourselves. If you need me to write you an excuse so you can get out of whatever, please hit me up. I'll send something over. Make sure you've got a hall pass to stay.
I need it. I need a hall pass.
It's like for all your kids, it'd be like,
yes,
I got a hall pass.
yes.
You can contact me on Wednesday. I'll be fine then. But
Exactly.
not 2 days. And if you do have questions about specific essential oils, as I mentioned, the BOGO is taking place. It starts tomorrow. And there's some incredible deals. Essential oil class on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Please contact me if you want access to that call. And then join Money Mastery because I'm basically giving you, actually when I calculated how much time I put into this program, it's about $22,000 worth of information. When I looked at the whole thing, I was like, wow.
Oh, wow.
If they were to pay me and just do an individual session, it would cost them $22,000 to go through this. And in the past, I've charged $485, and this year it's free. So you really have no excuse. We're integrating so many amazing metaphysical tools as well as physical tools to help you understand money on that physical plane, metaphysical plane, and yourself on all of those levels as well. So join us at goodvibemoney.com/moneymastery. or click on the link that's in the email and join us. It's going to be awesome. And we start in 3 weeks, so I won't have another call until then. So do it soon so you don't forget. I mean, you'll get an email with the full moon, but I'm not doing anything with that one. So do it right away so that you don't forget.
And how do we get on the essential oil list again?
Email me at janet@goodvibeoiltribe.com,
Okay.
and I'll send you the link for that on Thursday.
Thank you.
I'm interested in the money mastery. I haven't honestly been keeping up with my emails, so I must have missed it. How do I get information about that?
So it will be in the last email that I just sent. And if you scroll down a little bit, there's an image of me that says, is your DNA killing your success or is crushing your success? And under there is a link. And I'll send it out again when I send out this information for the podcast. But there'll be a link in the email. So just scroll down in that email, Patricia.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll look
reach out to me. Okay.
Okay.
Find it.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. All right. Lots of love to all of you. Thank you again for joining me. I love you all.
Good night.
Have a fabulous Cancer new moon. Until next time. Bye for now.
Ciao until Wednesday.
Good night.